Oh, so would you share with us how your early experiences with fashion and sewing really has influenced your career path?
Wow. So I feel like I've been sewing all my life. Like my mom would always say that I taught myself to sew when I was like 4 years old. She would have like thread needles and thread around the house from where she kind of, sew her
Mhm.
buttons back on. And I don't know, I'm playing with Barbie dolls, wanting to create new clothes for my dolls. Cause I knew there's no one in my family that I know of that sews or does any kind of needle art. So it was just something that was in me. I've always just loved fashion and loved sewing from a very young age. So going forward, she would take me to like I don't think we had Joann's back then, but I know Hancock was big back then, and we would go to the store and I could pick out a
Mhm.
pattern and I learned how to shop for fabric. And this is my mom, because I know she didn't really have any, she probably learned something in school. I think, during her time, they probably had to take home ec or something like that. So she had that kind of basic knowledge. But got me patterns, and I didn't have a sewing machine yet. So I would actually sew the pattern by hand at a very young age. And she taught me how to read the pattern. And then eventually I got a sewing machine and she got me some lessons, signed me up for lessons. I remember being taking these song lessons, and I was like the only little girl in the class with all these kind of older women. So this has been my passion for forever.
Wonderful. That's wonderful because you're very fortunate to be able to find that passion early on in your life and then continue to pursue it throughout your career and your degrees because all of your degrees have really followed
That's
this
right.
path
Yes.
too,
I do. I
correct?
feel very privileged that I've been able to, take something that a young child and be able to
Mhm.
still be able to work in this area. What a privilege. I
Mm.
just thank my parents for allowing me to do that and supporting me in that. But actually, before I went to college, my undergraduate, I took a course in high school